Welcome to Joe's Astrology, and we're starting a new book here and a new planet, and we're talking about the moon and the zodiac. And this is from Astrology for All by Alan Leo. The sun rules by day and the moon rules by night. The sun represents the positive, life-giving principle, and the moon the negative or receptive. These also can be associated with the male and female. Male, the sun is male and positive, life-giving, and the moon is negative, the female, negative or receptive. A great portion of humanity at the present time is preparing to emerge from the elusive fascination of the moon's influence. This is written in like 1990. I'm not going to go back and check, but it was like over 100 years ago. But it will be many centuries ere the majority is free from its limitations. So this guy was, I'd say he's more advanced though. Let me read that again. A great portion of humanity is at present time preparing to emerge from the elusive fascination of the moon's influence, but it will be many centuries before the majority is free from its limitations. We have said in previous chapters that the delineations for the sun's apparent passage through signs each month would also indicate the character of the personality when the moon was posited in that sign at birth. And with certain modifications, this is true. The sun represents the heart, the higher emotions, the pure part of our nature, and the character which is at the root of our being, whilst the moon represents the brain, the senses, and the part of our nature which cognizes and gains experience from the physical and objective world. The distinction between the two luminaries is very marked and definite, although they represent two halves of one whole. Objectively, we see the light from the moon when she is above the earth and the sun below, and subjectively we know that when the personality is strong and the individuality weak, the lunar nature is in evidence. The personality is strong and the individuality weak. So we loosely could say the sun is individuality and the moon is personality. When the personality is strong and the individuality weak, the lunar nature is in evidence. I'm not sure what I prefer. I think for me, in women, I do prefer the lunar nature. And in men, I do prefer the solar nature. I gravitate towards men who are more solar, I think. And women who are more lunar, which is weird. I guess that's not too weird. It's kind of weird because I like to be in charge, or at least in a head of something, but at the same time, I like to be around men who I respect, who are smarter than me. If that makes sense. Strong personalities are full of desire and selfhood, while strong individuals are more expansive, broad, liberal, and magnanimous. The former cling to form, perception, and objects. The senses are more sensitive, keen, and active, whilst the latter are not so bound by the senses, living more in the mind and the higher emotions. The subjective world being of more importance than the objective. Reflection, thoughtfulness, and willpower are stronger than desire and impulse. This is why you're in the workplace, you don't want to show your personality. Strong personalities are full of desire and selfhood, because that's what the workplace is. It's a selfish and desirous place, for the most part. Until the student of human nature has learned to distinguish between the character as expressed by the heart and the brain, he will find it difficult to discover how much individual character there is apart from the personal, and how much is personal and how much individual, particularly at the present time when, comparatively speaking, There are so few who know themselves. So he's saying that most people don't know themselves. As a general rule, the moon placed higher in the heavens than the sun is an indication that the personality is the stronger. That's interesting that coming back to this, people don't know themselves. That's why they resonate with the sun, because that's more the external. They don't know their hidden night side, their shadow side, the old shadow work that they call it. When both sun and moon are above the earth, both characters may be strong. In nocturnal horoscopes, that is, when the birth takes place after sunset, the moon is more often above the earth, but it will also happen that both luminaries are below, and both may therefore be weak and the life correspondingly unfortunate. All this, however, will be explained in the judgment of horoscopes. We may now proceed to give a few hints as to the nature of the personality when the moon is passing through the 12 signs. So stay tuned for the moon through the signs.